was such a gentleman. So I know he's capable of loving me, but it just seems like...
I'm going to say this is.
Okay.
You, like a lot of women, you got to learn how to be done. You can't kind of sort of protect your peace. If it's that important to you, you got to do it all the way or you ain't doing it at all. That means when I'm saying be done, that means you got to treat him like the cancerous tumor that he is.
Wow.
You can't come and try to give him vitamins or medicine and expect him to turn into some type of vital organ that's going to be good for your body and help you live a long life. He's a cancerous tumor. So yes, you should be trying to heal after you get the tumor out. Then you start your healing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But by everything that you told me about this man, and I'm not trying to be messed up. I know I'm getting kind of loud because I'm passionate, but I'm just speaking as your big brother from a place of love. You have to learn how to completely be done with this guy.
Like, what does that mean?
That means no more explaining to him things that he should already know. No more waiting for him, wasting the best years of your life. No more teaching him, lecturing him. No more praying that God is going to do this miracle. God will not override the free will of a man. He never has. He never will. Turn those prayers to your family, yourself, or something like that. This man, he is here to ruin you. He is not a good man who's made some mistakes or anything like that. Just listen to what I'm saying. He's not that kind of man you can try and remedy a situation with. Matter of fact, if you join the inner circle because you wanted a better way to fix him, I'm here to tell you, and I've seen the results of my teachings and the powerful impact it's had in people's lives. It ain't had no impact in anybody's life who hasn't themselves done the work. You're wasting your time.
So why do you even do this?
The only reason, actually it's a couple of reasons why a guy might do this. One, because he knows he's not equally yoked with you. And this closes the gap. There's a lot of guys who have this sadistic joy out of humbling women that they know are not on their level.
Wow, that is...
Matter of fact, I told you I was gonna get social media involved, so I think we live now. Put I down in the chat, and after we done here, I want you to check it. Put I down in the chat if you've ever seen a man try to humble a woman, or if you're that woman. If you're that woman and you've expressed to a man, you got goals, you got dreams, you done all of this work on yourself, and you get with a man and he tries to tell you all the ways you should not believe in yourself. He tries to poke holes of doubt in who you are. That man is trying to humble you. There's this weird thing. You got guys on podcasts who do it. Guys on the dating scene will do it. What do you bring to the table? That man is trying to humble you, so to speak. Bring you down a notch. That's one reason he'll do it. Another reason he'll do it is because of the feeling of power of just having you give your full attention to their ignorance. And it's willful ignorance. Just the more you try to explain and delve through and make it make sense to him, is the more power he feels, because he feels powerless in his life. Because he's getting out here in the world. He's not getting the results that he wants in his career or internally in terms of happiness. So he gets around you. He siphons out your happiness. He leeches off your peace by drawing you into his storm. And it's a little bit of instant gratification there. Yeah, he can go off and but stop thinking about that. This ain't about him. I'm not here to enable any helplessness, because the real problem in all of this is you have not addressed the part of you that's held on to this man so long. You have not elevated that part of you to a place where he can't reach, no matter if he did do the right thing. Because sometimes you'll get a man and you'll be so high up above him and you'll really get tired of his nonsense. And then he'll be like, oh, you know what? I'm ready to change my ways. I see the light. I went and talked to the lady. I gave my life to Christ. I'm a good man now. But because you've gone so high, you see him now in a certain lens. And it's not even like judgment. You're just assessing him. You're telling the tree by its fruit. You don't even care that he's come around. You don't even care that he's made those changes in his life. That's when you've elevated so high he can't reach. His authentic self can't even reach you anymore. So this is a lot less about how you're going to teach him, work with him, do this, do that, whatever. No, you work with a man who's putting in the work with you. You don't work with nobody who's leaving you to fight for a relationship by yourself when you didn't get in this relationship by yourself.
So true.
So the first thing you got to do is you got to address that shame. So many of y'all, and I'm talking to y'all too, so many of y'all will fight for a dead situation because of that feeling of shame? What if I give up? What if I have another failed relationship? What if my ex sees me in another failed relationship? What does that say about me to my family and friends if I'm in another quote unquote failed relationship? However the case may be, you cannot revive a dead situation. You ain't Jesus and this ain't Lazarus.
Yep, that part.
You are not, I don't care what anybody think about you. They're not the ones crying themselves to sleep because they don't know where their partner is at. They know they're not getting treated the way that they should. They know that their cup is going empty, but they still pouring. They ain't the ones dealing with that. And you need to release yourself of any shame. You got to forgive yourself. And it ain't even something you should have to forgive yourself for. Failed relationships, honestly, is just a part of life because you can't control nobody. We all learning and growing. And sometimes we do make the right choice. That don't mean we the wrong person. But you were not dumb for trusting that man. He was dumb for breaking that trust. People that are actually able to be trustworthy because they're not operating out of survival mode are actually really rare. Men and women. Y'all know those homegirls that's playing in the dude face right now. Trustworthy people, men and women, it's gender neutral, are not common. So don't think that you're dumb for trusting that man. Release yourself of that shame of trusting him. He was the dummy. He played himself by breaking that trust. Release yourself of that shame. Yet no, you were not too harsh whenever you were checking his disrespect. He was being disrespectful. A lot of women will stay in a bad situation because they're not trying to be the woman that's too harsh, that's too bitter, that's too strict. No, if he's being disrespectful, you should cut that disrespect off. And if the only way that he can deal with you is in a manner of disrespect, that means he gets cut off too. Straight up. I don't care who he chose after. You are not less than who he chose. Even if he ain't choose them for a relationship, he just gave them his attention. All that tells me is that his attention is that meaningless where he'll give it to anybody. People that don't care nothing about him. People that's getting 20%. That's it. That's all they're getting, the 20%, while you're getting the 80% of his toxicity. I guarantee you, if he leaves you for that woman, she gonna see why you eventually was gonna leave him too. She gonna see why you was checking his disrespect. She gonna see why you was making things so uncomfortable for him, he had to go run somewhere else instead of addressing the ugly parts of himself, maturing and growing and evolving as a man. So don't give his attention even. Oh, maybe I wasn't sexy enough, cute enough, whatever enough. No, his attention is so cheap. Anybody, anything can get it. Pictures on the phone, videos on the phone. Anybody that smiles at him can get it. You put too much value on his attention. That was a problem.
That makes so much sense.
And so now after all of that, you still trying to protect his feelings. Forget his feelings. Straight up. I'm all about creating a safe space for men. Let me be very clear. And y'all too. I love the fact that we're in a day and age where we have women who have such a heart. Y'all are really making it safe for men to be human and show raw vulnerability, but you don't create safe spaces for unsafe people. All they're gonna do is take advantage of that. That's like opening your home to somebody who's proven to be a burglar. He don't do nothing but rob, steal, and kill whenever he get up in there. You wanna create safety or be safe for this man who is proving he's everything but safe for you. Your sanity, your physical well-being. Just stop, man, forget his feelings. If he want to sabotage what could be his blessing, that's on him. But at some point, if you don't learn to protect yourself as the blessing you are, it's you who's taking you for granted. It's you who's playing in your face. You can't control anybody's intentions. You can't control what somebody try with you. But you have every bit of power over what somebody continues to get comfortable doing to you. And again, I'm not trying to be harsh. Y'all are trying to be harsh. Y'all tell me if I'm tripping. Y'all agree or disagree? I'm speaking as your big brother, like for real. Like, you're not powerless in this situation. You just have to take back your power from that man by reharnessing the broken version of you that feels like she has to fix somebody in order to be loved. And a lot of times that stems from childhood. You know, I went in on that in one of the other courses. I think it was Emotional Needs Mastery course. That's in the dashboard. You've probably seen it. Just when we get done here, just click and go check that out. But a lot of that stems from childhood trauma, feeling like we got to fix our parents in order to get them to love us. We got to put them in a good mood, wait for them to be in a good mood. Not going to get too deep in that here. But when you try to fix childhood wounds in adult relationships, what happens is that wound gets reiterated. It goes deeper. It gets compounded. This is why you don't date while you're broken, sis. Because you get with somebody who's only trying to break you even more. At some point, you got to forget even what you want. And you got to remember what you deserve.
Wow, that really just... Wow.
One second. So for those of y'all tuning in live, this is a one-on-one with one of my Self-Crown Inner Circle members. If you want to enroll, enrollment is open right now. Very limited space. As you can see, I'm only one person. But if you want to enroll, matter of fact, free enrollment for the first 30 days. Comment the word free. Comment the word free. If you're on Facebook, comment the word free. And I'll send you a link so you can get in, if you get in time, by the way. I don't know where it's at now. I know it's closing down soon. And the link should also be somewhere in the comments or the caption. But I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to finish up here. And we're also going to do a Q&A right after this. So if you do get in, make sure you check your email so you can jump into the live Q&A. And share this if you got anything from it. From this conversation, if you somebody that's been putting other dudes' feelings before even your own, because you knew how much you loved them. And that if they were smart, if they just knew what was good for them, they would open themselves up. They would reciprocate your love. They would open themselves up to your love. If that's ever been you, I'm here to tell you the same thing I just told her. Forget his feelings. Forget his feelings. Or you're not going to have the ability to open yourself up to a man who wants to make you feel like the luckiest woman alive. Again, it's your big brother here trying to look out. Best way I know how. And if you want to enroll in the Self-Crowned Inner Circle while enrollment is still open, go ahead, click the link you see in the caption or comment the word free so we can send you the link.